I am not a financial advisor. These videos are all meant for educational purposes only. All Complete Trader Academy videos are my personal opinion and perspective. Trading carries a high level of risk, and all results are your own responsibility. Please always demo first. Hey everybody, welcome back to CTA's Daily Review. Today is October 11, Wednesday, 2023. So we had some news today, but pretty weak of volatility day. Watch previous videos, so this makes sense. We ended up honoring this range, so we didn't end up honoring the range from here to here. All right, putting the fib here. We ended up using it from here. If you watch yesterday's video, this will make sense. The other option that was there was this kind of roll right into it here with the 1 hour. If you recall, this level from here to here was going to be not 50% delivery yet, as I was dragging the fib out. Yesterday we came into the center of the weekly imbalance right here, and then this wouldn't have worked if you put it here, right? So 50 level is right here. I was also mentioning this might be an option coming down here. I think they're playing around. This is actually not an interesting place to kind of be unless you're really long-term bullish. And I don't mean long-term as far as forever, but at the same time, for some type of 6-month situation. But what happened is the price ended up faking out. It came up right back to 50% of the imbalance again on the weekly, and then it sold off, and then it bought back up once we got back into this previous week gap right here. See this right here, 50% right there. We retraced back enough, and we hit there, and then we, at the end of the day, kind of bullish. I'm not even involved. Oh, not so much the end of the day, but the PM session, I should say, and then price, if you notice it comes down, takes out the liquidity that we had yesterday. So if you look on this 1 hour when we made the video and we closed here, what they did is Asia and London kind of gave away that this was going to be a fickle day. It was going to be a very not trusting day, because you got this support here. At the end of the day, when you're combining all these ideas of trading, and I'm sure you're having a rough time with different models, different ideas, and all that stuff, right? Everybody does, right? But here's the thing. In general, without ranges and all that, you also have your support, your basic support. So when the price, when we bought up from that retrace down and we came up here, so as you see, when we busted that high and went right through it, we retraced and we sealed that price right here. So the price might not need to get back in here. So this is obviously one of your issues that you're dealing with in the situation that we're in right now. Number one. Number two, these higher lows right here. See this? I'm on the 1 hour. So these higher lows getting protected is also a problem in a very bullish scenario. And if you look at the fib here, even if I left it here with this range, not the one that I had from here, okay, because this is really where the fair delivery was not has not printed yet. We had already got fair delivery from here to here, retracing, and then these constantly higher lows were being fair delivery of a retrace more than 50%. That's why the fib starts here. So watch the previous video so this makes sense. If you don't, and you don't understand what I'm saying, then this will not make sense. So the reason why we might not get back in here is what I'm really saying, is that this price is sealed. So when they retrace here and sealed the price, that's a higher low, and we're also using this last week's open gap, right? So that's holding as support as well. But if I had nothing on the chart and it was naked, just straight candlesticks, well then I guess I could blow this up. Then these higher lows right here. So in my experience with bullish uptrends, what they'll do is they'll control price. So they won't really use too much ranges at the sense they will, but they won't. Not in a bullish scenario where this price gets controlled right here. Okay, and the price they never break those lows. Yes, there's liquidity, and one day we might see it, but it doesn't have to happen anytime now. When the news came out, I would have liked it to came already down and came into here, maybe taking out those lows and then buying up from here. But same time, these higher lows are probably going to be protected as well. So with that, we're just kind of coming back into this down candle here. I'm just this is just this hour, this time frame. So, but what other confluence do you have here with it? You know, retrace. I see. Here's the thing. Watching yesterday's video makes sense. When we had Asia and London here like this is very low volume. And I'm sure if you're watching this and you were in Asia and London trading, you were not happy with this unless you maybe caught some of these buys trying to come up here. But very weak ranges in volume, right? Very similar to yesterday's start as well. Again, most of Asia and London's like that. But I would have liked, what I would have liked to have seen is Asia and London kind of bring the price down a little here more already. And if they had done that, then 8:30 news and all the news, I would have been happy with a little retrace of maybe wiping out one of these guys right here. If not all of them, just at least one of them, or you know, at least coming deep into it. But we didn't get that. It was already coming up here. So here's the problem. If you were watching, what's it called? Not Nasdaq came and took out their high, right? So let me just show that for a second. So right here, Nasdaq came up and took that high out, right? But here we had lower highs in S&P and Dow. So because of and Dow got real close. So let me tell you, this is I'm just gonna flat out and say this is not an easy market. Even though yes, we got a swing here and it's kind of easy to just buy higher lows if you're a swing trader. A lot of people got out of this big trade here from holding from down here. But you know, the point is that it's not been an easy market. And sometimes, again, going back to the bullish scenario, when it's really bullish, you won't see these ranges get big retracements. You got this displacement here, but the thing is that you're not gonna, it ain't gonna be really deep like how I wanted it to come down here, right? So because of that, what else do I have here? Well, look at the candles. This is just a 4-hour. Look at the candle. It doesn't break that low of that 4-hour candle, down candle. So this is technically still bullish, right? But when we were here, let's go back into this. It's very suspect to me when we're here. And by the way, and as soon as the news opened, on 8:30, I knew with the weak volume that it had, I knew it was going to be a very fluttery day. It wasn't going to be strong. It was going to be big. It was going to be manipulative and also dangling this carrot here of either coming up to seal the rest of this weekly imbalance that I have here. See that? So that was the whole draw today. It's like, okay, well, are we coming up here to, damn, why did it do that? Are we coming up here to wipe that out? And I still knew that we were kind of coming up here, but the problem is that we're consolidating. No, let me say it different. We can consolidate at a 50 level with this big range. So when the range and it retrace back to a 50, we've been sitting here at the 50, so to speak, right? We haven't really passed it yet. I'm not saying that we can't go any higher, which I have a feeling we're still going to go higher. And then obviously we got that confirmation with this big candle right here. But that was just left in the air. Could it have sold from here and it still can sell from here? Yes. But comparing to this swing, as far as like this big daily swing from here, even from here, or you know, in the weekly, any one of these charts, if time frames, you can see that we've dropped from here, right? So this swing can get some more speed up here. Plus the 4-hour, if you're following my videos, the 4-hour, I said that we would probably pop up again. This is a little suspect. I would like to see it on the overbought area. And we haven't seen that, and it looks like we're going to get that tomorrow with obviously CPI. The whole point of this conversation is they're saving it for that. They're building liquidity on both sides. Kind of like when we had this news here, when we had FOMC, we had liquidity here and we had liquidity here, right? So what did they do? They shot up real quick, took out the liquidity, shot down, took all that liquidity, and then still bought up to take out the top liquidity, right? So this is probably what's going to happen tomorrow in a sense, but it's going to be very interesting. Again, to be honest, I'm really not that interested, but I will say this. So getting back to the video, I want to make this short, man. But so when we open up, it's like, okay, I'm going to get into the trades here. So go to 1 minute as well. But so still looking at the 1 hour and the 15 minute here, you see how when we opened up, we kind of like we sat there, took some liquidity out one by one, little drive right there, and then we started popping up. You started having structure here, right? You started seeing the candles kind of coming up, right? So you see that on the left side. Well, over here, this was 8:30 news here, right? So believe it or not, I did catch this sell right here. But here's the thing, it did come up against me, and I didn't take the profit out because I was trying to get lower. I was trying to get into this imbalance here and even lower. I wanted to come down here. I was a little married to that idea. But here's the thing. When it gave me this little bullshit drop for 8:30, I was like, oh, that's kind of weak. And then it came up. So once we broke above here, because in the previous price action, keep in mind can also be this price action can also be support as well. Let me make this bigger. Yeah, there's no way to make this shorter. So if you look at this price action here with this down candle, this imbalance, even though it did retrace back in here, it didn't hit this down candle. What is this? Time frame is this 15-minute? Yeah. So when we close the video here, I see this, right? I'm waking up. Well, I'm sorry. When we see this structure from yesterday, this is what held the price up, right? So I have some type of flow here, shoots up here and retraces, and it stops here. In this range from here to here, imagine a range from here to here. This could be the range from here to here as well, right? Because of the bullish nature that I'm telling you of price action, also printing price in this way. Structure can be looked at in many ways, in my opinion. And in this sense, the price is being held here and controlled. So when we closed the video, we kind of tap it in here, right? And it's like, okay, this looks like it could be support, right? But at the same time, they started pushing the price up, right? So the price is pushing up, sealing this price, squeezing people out right here. But really all it did is it just came back up into this 50% level of the imbalance on the weekly. See that? See how we tap it again? So we first tap it here and then we tap it again here. Okay. So you have to understand this is in the picture and possibly sealing this. We're trying to finish this swing up, right? Is what we'd like to do. So, but when you see this price action and you're in New York, it's like this is suspect because A, it could be support, or B, it could be liquidity. So I did treat it as liquidity, but after failing and figuring out what's going on. But if it was going to drop, it also would come. Remember the explanation of this fib here? As you see, 50%. I already got these fibs on here on this time. You can see it, right? But here, from here to here, I was dragging this fib out and then left it here. Identified this range. So I wasn't sure if it was going to keep going up and I had to extend the fib so we can drop later, or we were going to drop from here. Well, it actually did both. So the thing is again, follow with me. Price came up, squeezed everybody out. I mean, some people call this a double top. You can call it whatever you want, but you can call it resistance. I don't care. But the purpose is that it didn't break that high. I know it didn't break that high. So because it didn't break that high, you're going to expect lower prices. And if it failed, they're saving this for later. That means we're doing all this for. I mean, didn't say we couldn't come and get it later today, but it's not struggling now, and it wants to head for this here. So not only is it heading for this here, but it's retracing and it's getting back into this demand block right here. See this candle? So it didn't break that low, right? You notice it, and it's real close. It's real close. Same level even as that candle. See that? Just a hair higher, but did revisit the previous week open as well. If you watched yesterday's video, you'll see that we bought on that open, but it came back. That's why I only use the previous day's open, not like 2 days before or anything like that. But the day before is sometimes very valuable. And what other confluence do I have here? Retracing it, squeezing everybody out. Well, it's either going to buy from above this liquidity or it's going to come and take one of these guys out. So in this case, it did not. Very shady. Got back into this little wick. I'm only doing this on this time frame. Forget every other time frame. 15 minutes. See that? This little wick stayed in that wick. Plus this. And you have the bodies. Look at the bodies respecting that 50% of the weekly old old weekly gap. This is the current week gap. That's the old one. See that? So it ended up finding support here. But I wasn't fucking with this. I wasn't fucking with them anymore either, to be honest with you, because I didn't like what was going on, and I didn't like the way the prices were just coming right against me. So, you know, and I said yesterday, though, this day is going to be very, very strange. I'd be very careful. When you see this little low price action, I understand in my history of trading bullish directions that it can still buy from here, but it's also very I mean, we had news today, so it was very suspect, because look at the liquidity. So I'm familiar. I have to tread lightly with this, but what it did, it came down here and then didn't break that lows. So bought from here, and they squeezed everybody out at the end of the day. So watch this. Let me just go back to this real quick. Look, it's already fucking dropping. Yeah, but I'm assuming it's gonna fly right through. Let me go to 1 minute real quick, man. I can make this simple, dude. I have to frame the context for you, so when I explain even the trades. So, okay, price shot down. I have intentions to come up here too. Okay, because I was a little married to them wiping out that liquidity here and just getting into here. I didn't need much. I just wanted to see them get in here. And then I could have made another retracement, right? But this is what it did. 1 minute here. Price shoots down, pretty weak in my opinion. And then price shoots up. So I get screwed here, right? Price breaks above, right? And it's in here. So I'm like, is it going to sell again? But I was like, okay, no, we're coming up. We're going to come up here, right? So I had the bias still going on for that, right? But I'm aware of the situation down here, right? So anyways, price retraces right back. Where does it retrace to? I have to sit back. Price retraces where? Right into this down candle. So I'm looking at this as, again, a higher low, right? From all the explanation I just gave you from all this. We have previous price action happening here, right? Which is showing you the flow here. This retraced, right? I was hoping to go low, but I knew also that it was a possibility. If it just retraces, this is just a higher low, higher high, and the higher low, right? And then this became a higher high, higher low, and a higher high, right? So I was looking for that kind of order flow that way, because understanding as it was being a weak open for the 830 like this, I just looked at this also. It was a little too late, but I also looked at this as just a retracement. So squeezing people out. If I had put a fib from here to here, for example, let's say, let's just say from here, that's fine. I could do it from here, even. Okay. So I was looking at it like, okay, this is the range from here to here. All right. Before we bust up through here, and it retraced as the 830, so it was weak. If it was stronger, I would have been like, okay, cool, bust through it. That would have been great. But then it whipped right back up. I was like, damn. So when I realized this range here coming under the 50, pretty much wiping everybody out and staying above this higher low, I'm gonna delete this now. Then I'm looking at that as a possible buy now, right? So moving really fast, price shifts above here and then retraces back. We would expect it to keep going through if we're bearish. I mean, if we're looking to have a different scenario of coming down here now, but it didn't happen. So price bought from here, took it up to here. Up to here was as a minimum target. I would have liked to have took it, obviously, to this high, right? But it failed. And when the price comes above this high, and above right here, I know that, and this is why you do see me in these videos, you do see me take the trades and the profit up to just here, because it can reverse, as here is a fucking prime example, right? So that being the case, price retraces here. I'm being a little stubborn and trying to hold it for it to come here, okay? And then right here, price comes down here, okay? And another trade is happening, coming up to take this high and to get back up into here, and that also fucking fails. So with this day, I'm already losing twice. At this point, I also don't want to be married to getting up here. I see a break of structure here. All right, we have a shift. So we have this high, higher, low. We have this high. Okay, so yes, we should break this for the real break of structure, but Um, the reason why I liked this break is because um, what do you call? I'm sorry, this break right here, from here. Let me move this from here. You're gonna be like, dude, why don't you just draw a line? Well, this higher high, higher low. This is a high. This is a higher low. I expect this to stay. Um, I expect this to stay not taken out if we're gonna keep going up. So price breaks through here, breaks that, then retraces up, and then you got this nice imbalance right here. And then do you see how it taps it? Look at that, look at that, look at that. It's a signature where they just tap it. I teach it in the course too, but your stop loss got to be above this high, because if it pops into this here, this imbalance, then I want the stop loss like right sitting right there. But you see it pop in after breaking this. So this is a shift in structure for me. And then this confirms it when we come down again here, right here, and then it retraced right back up. So very, very tricky. But you have to understand that what was going on here. And then with this candle closing of this bearish candle, for me, it's an entry automatically. I'm going to have my stop loss generally first here. And then once it goes away, I'm putting it above that candle. Because if it's going to retrace back up, and it's going to stay bearish, it should not take out that high candle. It should not, right? Or up here, it should not. But for me, if it had already came down here and retraced this high back up, then that's just 9 out of 10 times not going to work out for you. But price shot down. Okay, where am I taking this? If I expect now that we're shifting and I'm leaving this alone up here. Again, we've already hit the 50 here. Again, you can see it, that level, right? You can see it. I know it's squinched out. Hold on. 50 here. But don't forget, I also have this 50 level here. We're at the 50 level of this range. So generally at 50 levels, you can consolidate a lot. It could reach up to it and then push down, then come right back up and then push down and then be stuck in here. So with that understanding also, price almost squeezed out again. Very, very confident in taking out these lows right here. As you see, look at the price rushes for. Look at these candles. So not a coincidence that that's what they were doing. Then you get 3 drives here. I'm done, bro. I'm not playing with these people no more. And sure enough, I'm glad, dude. But price ended up coming down 3 drives. When it retraced for the first drive, look how it comes right to the open again. Look at that. Look at that. Another, you could have pushed the trade right there. And staying in this candle, and it's staying underneath this support that you had here, as just temporary ideas. Not saying forever or anything. So that was another entry, is what I'm trying to say, after it blew through here. And it's also underneath this weekly imbalance. Then shoots down again. All right, you're looking to your left here, and then you're slowly wiping out all that imbalance of price that was there from this area. You got to look at your previous down candles, right, of the sessions over there, right? So we already took out this liquidity, and then they came down to here. They came to the 50 level here, and then boom, bought from here, right here at the PM session. 130 would have, 130 would have got you in slowly. 136 actually, but around that time frame, and we had this confluence here. Again, not breaking that low, and then guess what? Well, we didn't leave that idea alone, but we do have the idea of squeezing people out here. But in my opinion, if we're going up this high, we're most likely going to take out that high and get into what I was just saying, especially with the behavior of this. Look at this here, speaker here, this controlling of the price right here with these higher lows. See that? So, and what did they do? They brought the price all the way up, dude. I'm fucking it and got everybody. But here, don't forget what also happened here. We also had the 50 level of this range that I identified. Remember, I told you that this range right here might be the one to look at. Sure enough, it double topped, I guess you can call that, and then squeezed people out, in my opinion. And then just retraced, then it hit the 50 here. See that? Look to your right. There's this 50 level here as well on this range, on this fib. You see that? So beautiful. And did it buy from there? Yes, it did. That was a perfect buy right there. I was not in the market, so I have a bunch of wedding things to do. I'm like literally got to do all this crazy shit I got to do for the guests and the seating and the music and the you name it, bro. I got to do it. But so I'm taking it easy for the next 2 months. So that being the case, shot up. Look where it shot up to. Yes, it wiped these people out, but look where it shot up. Look at to the level. Look at how it hit that 50 level right there on this big wick. I'm not big wick. This big range. Look at that. Look, and it's coming down right from right there. I'm assuming it's still gonna be buying up. I think we're bullish still in a way. I don't think we're done with the top side. Can it sell from here? Yes, it can. When I made these videos the past 2 days, did I say I won't? Even from here. Yeah, actually, I'm sorry. Even from last week, I was like, yo, this area I like a lot. We are sitting there. Does it have the right to sell from here? I think so. It doesn't have to go up. I just think it's still not done with the top side one more time or two more drives maybe. We'll see. But that's why I don't like this. And right here, does this oversold? Does this sell from here and come down or not? I don't know. So, but you see what's going on here. And then let me mention, I mentioned this already. Everybody was pretty dirty today. It was an ugly day for everybody, to be honest with you. This whole AM session was so dirty, dude. I mean, you could tell by Asia and London the way it was ugly that everybody was struggling here. But we did get a crack here, and then price came down, and then and everybody. I mean, I would have to say S&P was definitely the more cleaner. Right. This was a little dirty. Nas was dirty too, and I think S&P was definitely a lot cleaner, which it usually is. So, but we sold from our up candles here. You see these up candles holding price down, right? That's all you had to really look at. You would have missed it here with ES. That's why I like Dow. It's pretty good with that. And over here, look at them. They screwed them over too. But the buy first was really nice for them because they came up and took out their high. We came down. We didn't take our high out at 9:30, and that's what kind of made it difficult for Dow traders. Because if we came up, I would have sold from there and we would have came down. But that's another story, man. But and then as far as dollar goes, it is consolidating as well. So it is making bearish days back to back. So I don't know how far this is going to go. It's all going to depend on this dollar right here. Is this dollar going to shoot up from here tomorrow with CPI, or is it going to shoot down? If it shoots down, then we're going to be shooting up, right? That's going to probably wick us up. And if you start to see that we're coming up with dollar, then you're going to see us coming down to get into here or possibly break lower. But this is a big range that we drop from. So that's what's holding the bullish scenario. So it's going to get very interesting, man. But right now I'm going to say that we get a little retrace right now here as the market already opened. You see that? But this liquidity is still like nice there. You could take this range from here to here and see if it retraces to a 50 and maybe buys up again. I don't know. So we'll see. But liquidity with a CPI event, I'm going to do this. I'm just going to do it while we're here. I'm going to do this. And then you see the highs up here. I'm going to leave that just like that. So, man, can I make this video shorter? I'm tired of doing these 30-minute videos, man. But I hope you appreciate. I hope this is helping. Hope it's working, because I got to start making these videos shorter. But there's no really way to explain everything to you. Can CPI take both of these sides? Hell yeah. I mean, you know what I'm saying? For sure. But I do know that we have this empty imbalance still not finished. I like for them to just to come up here and then come back down. So that's what I'm looking at. So the fake move will most likely be the down drop first to wipe out these people here, and then continue to the upside. So, or vice versa, go up first, then come down. Got it? Okay. I hope this helps. You guys take care. Till tomorrow. God bless.